Well, hello, everybody. Uh, if this is working, I'll be live. Hadn't been live in quite a while. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for something like what's fixing to happen, so I can come on here live and try to talk to you, give you some information, let you know that things aren't near as bad as what they're trying to tell us. But on one hand, you have to be prepared for the worst case scenario. So what I've been doing is listening to Kim.com and Alex Jones. And if what I'm hearing is true, then it's going to get real interesting fast, which is not good because they've been doing things behind the scene very fast to accelerate this to this point. And so if I've got it keyed up where I can play Alex and show you a little bit about what he's talking about. Let me figure out what did I have to do to get there. Oh, go here and then go here. All right. Now I'm going to play it and listen. The full video will be in the link in the description box, or go to buddyhuggins.com, my blog page, but it'll be there too. All right. Let's listen to this real quick together.
Building their own tomb.
They're doing everything wrong. And how it is not appearing to them that they're doing everything wrong when things are going so abysmal for them. I mean, just look at the situation in the world. All the strategies that they have applied, all the think tanks that they have used to try and figure this out were all wrong. It's not working, right? So the best way forward is brutal honesty and transparency with the American people. Let them know exactly what they have to expect. Apologize.
All right. I cut my mic on so you can hear me. I'm going to stop right there because that transparency that they're talking about for years and years, I said the only way out of this is full disclosure. So that's what we're seeing unfold in the whole world is full disclosure. I can't explain to you exactly what that means, but for the ones of you that have been expecting it a time as of now, to actually for the world. Uh, Only one's got to get this is you. Nobody else, just you. And then when you get it, you show it to some other people and you tell them you're the only one that's got to get it. It's simple, but it's effective, especially now when everybody is searching and finding they need to know the answers really quick. We've been awake and aware, most of us, since 2006. I woke up August the 17th, 2003, and my life hadn't been the same. I stayed in a state of bodhisattva for about 2 years. And somebody said, Buddy, you got to see the evil in the world. And I said, I don't necessarily got to see the evil, but tell me what you know. And then I asked Father to and Mother, Father, Mother, God, I call it, through the resurrected power of Yeshua ben Joseph. And I asked for them to show me the evil that's in the world. And so I got downloaded again and again and again. And I started posting everything on this blog page, buddyhuggins.com. And so in 2008, 9, I've been saying full disclosure's coming. Well, it could be that it's here now. So I'm going to continue playing him.
For the decades of mismanagement and the terrible financial situation that they have created, and especially the lobby class, that has bought politicians so that they can profit at the expense of the nation and Americans. That is really what happened here. That corruption needs to stop. There need to be new laws enacted where no corporate donations can go to politicians, where corporations don't have a say in any of the political decisions that are being made. It needs to be going back to a system that works for the people and not for shareholders.
I
That
totally
is
agree.
the biggest problem.
But back to Trump, because we should criticize Trump. They don't like him because he wants to be president. Well, let me ask you, why don't they like President Trump? And then let's talk about, because I interrupted you earlier, why he won't admit Warp Speed was a lie. We know how he got set up, why he pig-headedly keeps going along with it, because that's the biggest strike against Trump.
You know, I played a role in trying to get Trump elected. You know, all the shit that happened with Hillary, prior to the election that he won, I was part of that, in trying to expose who she really is, what the Democrats are really doing, and I was hopeful that he's going to turn things around. But I have to tell you, quite honestly, I'm very disappointed with him. I think he let down his promise of draining the swamp. I think he hasn't done enough to try and completely reform the United States. He has appointed a lot of bad people. He's trusted a lot of bad people. It has backfired for him and for Americans. And, if he should get back in, he needs to have a complete change of attitude. He needs to surround himself with people that he can really trust, that have a joint goal to fixing America. He needs to understand that he will be a crisis president, right? He has to understand that all of this is going to come down. There's no way to prevent this or stop this. So, is he the guy?
Now, I want you to know that we're at the end of the video here, so you watch the whole video, and I've got the link in the description, but you'll see that they've covered a lot of things by the time they got to this point. So we're moving at a faster and faster pace of this information coming to the people all over the world that have no clue that everything that we've ever been told about this reality is a lie. And I mean that when I say it, because I know it down into my very essence, to my very being. I know that we've been lied to. That's just the beginning of the awakening process. And then you'll find out that even the money itself, the way they do the whole banking system, has been a false Babylonian money magic system that has to come down. It's coming down. So I can tell you that, but I've also been saying that for a very long time. It is like a slow train wreck, and I'll use that analogy to let you know if enough of us can help each other in this awakening time with this disclosure, we will all get through it and we will all be fine. It's going to be hard, and we've had it pretty easy here in this country. We've let other people think for us. I wish I could put it on the thing right here where I could show you. OneVoiceNow.org. I didn't think about it when I was getting ready to produce this and go live, how important that is to have that on the screen. And I don't want to go jumping around, but um, take my word for it. OneVoiceNow.org. There's a mechanism where when we do wake these politicians up in your local cities and counties and states, we all come together under a coalition that we want everything disclosed and everything transparent. We want to put it on the public broadcast system in every state. That system was set up to actually, for this purpose, to educate us on the politics of what's being voted on at the city level, county level, It ties in with the computer system. You vote one, you hear the arguments, you hear the pros and the cons, and if you don't like it, you vote one for no, and two, you hit the button two for one for I'm getting confused. One for no, two for yes. It's a digital type system that'll recognize your PIN number, and you can only do it that vote one time, and you're locked out of that system. We can work it out how it's going to work and let it work for us, the people. Right now, we got some clowns working for us in these state capitol buildings and in these House of Representatives. The lobbyists have moved in and took over the military type thing of bidding on this and bidding on that, and having a person that's a lobbyist. That's got to stop. Stuff like that has not helped us at all. All right, enough said. I'm gonna play you the little bit more of this clip and let you hear what Kim.com's got to say. This is a rare interview, and he said this may be my last.
Who can turn America around? I hope so. I hope so. But I think right now he doesn't have the understanding required. He needs help to understand what the situation really is, because he keeps talking about tariffs against China, about all the things that he wants to do to rein all the foreign countries in so they are not doing this de-dollarization. Like, that's the wrong attitude. The real attitude is, how are we going to fix this? First of all, how are we going to be completely honest about it? And then how are we going to fix this? And if we don't have a reform president from day one who understands what the mission is, it's going to get even worse.
Well, that's right. And I would add this. You can look at all the economics and the cultural angles. You don't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And Americans have paid for these wars and this globalist corporate empire. It's not like Americans get something out of this empire. The end of this evil globalist empire is good for people. It's good for America. It's good for everybody. So the idea, they're trying, take the globalists, shutting off the fertilizer in Europe, shutting off the pipelines here. Like, if we're the power base of the New World Order, why are they then cutting off our energy as well? It's so predatory that these globalists can't help but attack everybody, then blow up Nord Stream and blame the Russians, and then later admit last year the Pentagon did it. I mean, that is just madness.
Yeah, it was really in a bad way, and my honest opinion is that it will be very unlikely that we're going to cut the corner and get out of this. I've been thinking for over a year, when the missiles are going to start flying. And right now, I would say 90% chance that this is not going to be worked out and that the world is going to have a nuclear war.
We got 1 minute left. Speak.
Well, I hear what he's saying. I understand what he's saying. I'm prepared in my heart, mind, spirit, and soul. And I want all of y'all to do the same. We have to believe that there is a plan, but that plan starts with you. And you have to, at this point in your life, you have to go within and slow everything down. Stop watching the news. Only selectively watch news. You'll feel it. You'll know when it's time to do it. You'll know when it's time to love yourself and love everybody around you. We got to take it real simple, people. You can live off of very little food. Start eating really light. Stay away from foods that are real heavy. Learn to meditate. We might all see the good in each other more often than we see the bad. Simple, simple things. Yahshua ben Joseph came to tear that system down, and he told the same thing that Alex and Kim are talking about was going on way back then. We don't even know how many times they've reset this world, and what they're trying to do is reset us now. It will kill so many people for them to do this. But the awakening is real. The truth of who we are is real. The love that Yahshua ben Joseph was teaching is what we have to be now. There's only one of us. This reality is a simulation. It seems like it's out of our control, but that's part of the illusion that keeps those psychopaths in power. Is that the people think that the physical world is real? It's not, people. You can slow it down by meditating. You can slow it down by speaking to your Father and Mother God, the creator source of all things. And that's what you are. You're eternal. You're a light body being inhabiting a physical form. Yahshua ben Joseph said he was the I am. And they said, "Who is your father?" And he told him, the creator of all things that are eternal. And he meant it. We have to mean it now. Yeah, they crucified him. What's going to happen to us? If you put a smile on your face and love in your heart, start talking to your neighbors. Start talking to the city managers. Talk to the city people. Talk to the police. When you see a police car and you're out and about, and I'd tell you right now, you need to start exercising. Ride a bicycle. You need to learn to ride a bicycle. You need to walk in your town, down in your streets, and talk to everybody. I've been talking to everybody for quite a while. I love talking to people, and it'll give you great inner peace. And you'll hear the chatter about what Kim's saying. 90% chance we're going to hell in a handbasket with the missiles flying. Well, guess what? We've been at 4 minutes to midnight for 10 years. It's a game. All of it's a game. That's why I jumped on here to try to show y'all. And I can't teach anything. I just know what I know for me. And I want you to feel the same love that I feel. It don't come from a building and it don't come from a congregation. It comes from an inner knowing that you know your Father is the creator source of all things. On my playlist, there's so many good videos. And on my, like the YouTube, it has, oh, I can't think of the words now. But yeah, I have information everywhere on my YouTube channel. Just click all the buttons. You'll see you'll see one where it like posted as a blog. I keep up there, but I also am going to be posting uh, a lot of blogs. I post other people's videos in my blogs. Very seldom have I jumped on here live and went to talking to you people. But it's time. It's time now to tell you, don't let fear overcome you. There's more conscious awakened people than you would ever know right now. And that numbers are going to triple, double, and quadruple. The world is going to come into peace quicker than it's going to blow up. And if it does blow up, so what? The facts are the facts. The only thing that you can control is your thinking. They can't stop us from loving them. And when we love them, they don't know what to do with it. I'm telling you, you got to love everything about everything. Judge very little, because who Are we to know everything? There are some really wise people in this world, and that's what Kim was saying. When Trump, or if Trump gets to be president or whatever, he's got to surround himself with really conscious light people, not religious people. Ain't gonna ever do us no good, ain't done us no good to this point. This is an inside job. It starts when you wake up to who your true identity is within you. You're not your name, you're not your social security number, you're not who you think you are. You're the very thing that the world's been waiting on. When you come into this peace and this love, you will see things change in your thoughts. And that's what you can control. You can control your breathing and you can control your thoughts. If you're watching something that doesn't register with you, cut it off. My TV's been unplugged since the beginning of that sea thing. You know, I mean, it was 2020, and I guess I put up with it for January, February. Well, boy, when it got to 1st of March, I unplugged that TV from the wall and I haven't plugged it back since. I watched selectively what my father would have me see. God's got a plan, not a God of this world, the God of eternal things. That's just the facts. If it was made by my Father, it's eternal. I'm going to give you a piece of wisdom and secret of the universe right here, right now. Nothing in this world is eternal except you. If you believe it with all your heart and soul and mind, if you believe that you're a light body being and that you're one with me, and we're only one of us, it seems to be a population. But if you really get down to it, it's impossible. We've been told lies and we see lies, and it seems like we're separated. That's their biggest trick they've ever played on us, is to tell us this world was real. And you had to strive in time to be somebody or something. That is so wrong. When everybody loses everything, that's when the peace and the healing can start. All these little communities can come together, grow their own food, and quit eating that factory poison. Disclosure is going to expose it all here in the next few weeks. I see it. Maybe it may take 6 months or a year, but eventually everyone will get on the same page and we can fix our communities by talking to each other. OneVoiceNow.org. I got to remember to put you know, a, a sign up where you can see OneVoiceNow.org. But I can do it in post processing. But all right, let's finish up by hearing what Kim says, and I'm going to shut it down after that with a closing statement.
To that, I agree with you that in the threat trajectory, in the threat escalation ladder of the Rand Corporation, and every other war game, nuclear war is a probability, not a possibility.
Yeah, I think it's a very high chance. And, it's unfortunate because just think about what that means, Humanity has a lot of positives. There are so many artists, bright minds, beautiful things. Look at, everything that we have invented, how far we have come. Why throw it all away because one nation cannot accept that they have gone the wrong path and that they have lost the hegemony that they wanted, It's just that's what it really boils down to. The U.S. is run by arrogant people, by selfish people who don't look at this bigger picture of humanity, how far we have come, what potential we have in the future. If they would see that and think in that direction, maybe there's a chance. But they're not thinking about that at all. They're just being selfish fools who think that with aggression they can fight their way out of this somehow. And it's not going to work.
It's not. Empires don't die, they commit suicide. That's where we are. Kim.com, Kim.com, and Kim.com on X. Kim, thank you so much for the hour. Look forward.
Well, watch the whole video. The link's in the description there when I get through. I don't think I put it in there at the beginning. Boy, doing this live stuff is going to be interesting. I hope everything worked on this where we could hear it and see it. I love each and every one of you as I love myself because I recognize the God spark that's in me is in you. I've never been Buddy Huggins. I put on this suit and came into this humanity to experience the reality of being separated from my loving Father, Mother God, until it was time for me to wake up. I'll tell you about my awakening story later. But I woke up August the 17th, 2003, and I haven't been the same since. The smile came on my face, and I love deeply, and I care deeply. Somehow, some way, we can get through this with love and peace in our heart. So, y'all keep coming back, checking with my videos, and thank you for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button and like. That it helped me, with the algorithm because they kind of, shut me down quite a while ago, and then I got back, and then I came back, and then yeah, there's so many stories to tell about how this is going to go down. It goes down in your life with the way you think. Change the way you think, and the things around you will change. Stay out of fear thoughts and don't watch negative stuff. Watch only positive things that influence you, and you'll know when and where you need to be at the time you need to be there. Never hurts to buy some extra food. Never hurts to keep your tank full. Never hurts to prepare for the worst case scenario. Always in your preparations, keep speaking to your neighbors and your town and your commissioners and your all the people that work for the county and the city. They need to know us at a time like this. Oh, let me say this real quick and I'm going to go. If anything does happen and we shut down the lights, the communications, it seems like we're going into war or there's no communicating. Everything don't work. For all the people in Ozark, Missouri, go to the Ozark Community Center and there's a pavilion in the front of the building on the left side, and go there and from on Saturdays at 10 o'clock to 1, we'll come up with every Saturday to be there. We'll have people with ham radio operators that can help us. But in a case of emergency down situation, go there for information. And as I talk to the city and the county police, we'll come up with a emergency broadcast system type method that they already have and they already know. But what they're missing is the human part of it, the communicating, the talking. Once we get together and we talk about this disclosure and what has been lied to, everybody will see the truth that we're blessed here in Ozark, Missouri. The whole outer world can shut down and we'll have an ability to grow our own food and feed each other and help each other. That's what my heart's goal is to make this not so devastating for the community. I love y'all. Keep coming back. Thank you for watching.